10 long years of my life spent giving everything I had, my strength, my youth, my loyalty, to a man I called Oga. I defended him, fought his battles, carried his secrets, and I believed in him. I thought loyalty was honor. I was wrong. Loyalty can be a weapon. Loyalty can be a trap. And loyalty can come at a cost you never imagined. My name is Daniel, and what I'm about to tell you is not just a story of betrayal. It's a story of darkness, of rituals, of a debt I never agreed to, and of a power that doesn't forgive. This is how everything almost destroyed me. I was 19 when I first walked into that mechanic workshop in Wuse, Abuja. The signboard was old and rusty. It read, Chief Martin's Auto Works. The smell of engine oil hit me hard. Men were shouting, hammers were banging. A generator was roaring like a sick lion. Chief Martin stood at the center like a king. Tall, big stomach, gold chain, loud voice. He looked at me from head to toe. You want learn work? He asked. Yes, sir. You fit suffer? Yes, sir. He laughed. Everybody fit suffer until suffering starts. The boys in the workshop laughed too. That was how my life changed. The first year was hell. I washed cars, I cleaned gutters, I slept inside the workshop sometimes when jobs were many. Daniel, Chief would shout, run go buy food. Daniel, hold this engine. Daniel, who told you to rest? I never complained. One night I asked him, Oga, when will I start learning the real work? He looked at me with oily hands and said, patience. If you no fit wash motor well, how you want fix am? So I kept quiet. I believed him. By year 3, I was the best apprentice there. Customers started calling my name. Daniel, abeg, check my car. Daniel, na only you I trust. Chief noticed. One evening he called me aside. You dey shine too much, oh, he said calmly. My heart beat fast. Sir, you think say you sabi pass me? No, sir, never. He stared at me for long, then he smiled slowly. Good, know your place. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something inside me felt wrong. By year 5, I was practically running the workshop. Chief was always traveling, always at parties, always with women. Whenever customers asked for him, I covered up. Oga travel go Lagos, Oga the meeting, Oga the hospital. Even when he was inside his office sleeping, the other apprentices used to whisper, Daniel, you be fool. Why you dey protect him like this? I would reply, he trained me, I owe him. But deep down, I was tired. Year 7. One evening, a rich customer came with a black SUV. The engine problem was serious. Chief looked confused. He pulled me aside. You fit handle am? Yes, sir. If you mess up, now you go explain. I worked 3 days without sleeping. On the 4th day, the car started. Perfect. The customer was shocked. Chief, you are a genius. Chief laughed loudly. Na experience. He didn't even mention my name. Not once. That night, I sat outside alone, grease on my hands, tears in my eyes. I whispered to myself, one day. But I didn't even know what that one day meant. Year 9. I was 28. No salary, only small settlement sometimes. Whenever I asked about freedom, about starting my own shop, Chief would wave his hand. You never ready. But Oga, it's almost 10 years. You dey rush destiny. You won't cost your life. His words scared me. In our area, people believed things, spiritual things. One night, around 11 p.m., I returned to the workshop to pick my phone charger. The place was dark, but Chief's office light was on. I heard voices. I moved closer. A strange old man was inside. They were whispering. On the table was something black, something that looked like feathers and blood. My heart froze. The old man said, "The boy is loyal, very loyal. That kind of loyalty is powerful." Chief replied, "I know. That is why I kept him." Kept him? Like what? My hand began shaking. The old man continued, "But remember, when the 10th year completes, the sacrifice must happen." Sacrifice? I felt cold from inside. Chief said quietly, "It will be done." My breath stopped. Suddenly, a chair moved inside. I ran. I didn't wait to hear more. For days, I couldn't look at Chief the same way. Every time he called my name, it sounded different. Every time he smiled, it looked darker. Was I overthinking, or was I in danger? Then, year 10 came. Exactly 10 years after I first stepped into that workshop. Chief called a meeting. All apprentices gathered. He cleared his throat. "Daniel," he said, "step forward." I smiled nervously. Maybe today was the day of freedom. Maybe today he would settle me. He looked at everyone and said loudly, "This boy has been stealing from me." The world stopped. "What?" I shouted. "You heard me," Chief roared. 10 years and you still betray me." The apprentices gasped. I felt my legs weaken. "Sir, I never—" "Shut up," he backed. "You think I don't know? Customers complained, money missing." That was a lie, a dirty lie. He pointed at the gate. "Get out of my workshop, now." Just like that. 10 years, gone. I fell on my knees. "Oga, please, what did I do?" He bent close to my ear and whispered something that froze my blood. "You heard that night, didn't you?" My heart stopped. He knew. He knew I heard. He smiled. "Go before I finish you completely." I staggered out of that gate with nothing. No money, no shop, no future, only fear, and that word echoing in my head. Sacrifice. That night, as I lay on the floor of my small rented room, I heard a knock on my door. Slow, heavy, 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. I wasn't expecting anyone. I stood up slowly. "Who is there?" No answer, just silence. Then a voice from outside, deep and dry. "Daniel, open. Your time is due." My blood turned cold. And that was when I realized this was not just betrayal. Something darker had started. And karma had not even knocked yet. That knock did not sound human. It was slow, heavy, like something with no hurry. "Daniel, open. Your time is due." My throat went dry. I stood in the middle of my small room. The bulb above me was flickering. The walls looked darker than usual. I forced my voice to work. "Who are you?" Silence. Then, scratch. Something dragged across my door. Slowly, like nails. I stepped back. My mind was racing. Was this chief trying to scare me? Was it one of the apprentices? "Go away," I shouted. Then the voice came again, calm, close. "You belong to him. 10 years. The agreement is complete." Agreement? My chest tightened. I didn't open that door. I couldn't. I stood there shaking for almost 10 minutes. Then, nothing. No footsteps, no movement, only silence. When I finally gathered courage and opened the door, the corridor was empty, but on the floor, there was engine oil, fresh, leading from my door down the staircase. I almost collapsed. The next morning, I went back to the workshop, not to beg, not to fight. I needed answers. The gate was locked. Strange. It was 9 a.m. and the workshop was always open by 7. I called one of the apprentices. "Musa, where are you?" His voice was shaking. "Daniel, don't come here. I'm already outside." There was silence. Then he whispered, "Oga is looking for you." "I know." "Not like that," he said quickly. "Something happened last night." My heart jumped. "What?" he said. "Oga's office caught fire." "What?" he said. "But the strange thing," he paused. "Talk," he said. "The fire didn't burn the whole workshop, only his office and the wall where your picture was hanging."
My body froze. My picture? Yes, the group photo from last year. I felt dizzy. Where's Oga? He lowered his voice. He hasn't come out since morning. Before I could reply, I heard the workshop gate open behind me. I turned. Chief Martins stood there, but something was wrong. His eyes were red, not from crying, red like he hadn't slept for days. He looked thinner. Sweat covered his face even though the morning was cool. "Daniel," he said slowly. I didn't respond. He stepped closer. "You think you can run from it?" "Run from what?" He grabbed my shirt. "You went to your house last night."
You went to your house last night, Abby. My stomach dropped. How do you know? He laughed, but the laugh was dry, forced. It visited you. My knees almost gave way. Chief, what did you do? His grip tightened. What I had to do? You think success is free? You think 10 years of growth is ordinary? His voice began to shake. I gave something, and something must be taken back. I pushed him away. What did you give? He leaned close to my ear. Your loyalty. The words hit me like a hammer. He continued, whispering fast now. The old man said your spirit is strong. Your sacrifice will protect my business for 10 years. And it did. I couldn't breathe. You were the shield. My hands were shaking. So that night, you planned to complete the ritual. He finished. And now? I asked. His eyes widened in fear. Now it wants balance. Suddenly, from inside the workshop, something crashed. A heavy metal sound. Both of us turned. No one was inside. Then we heard it. A dragging sound. From Chief's burnt office. Chief's lips trembled. It came back. We stood frozen. Then the dragging sound stopped. Dead silence. Chief began backing away slowly. I shouldn't have accused you, he muttered. Why did you? I demanded. Because if you left willingly, the ritual will fail. You had to live in anger, in pain. That seals it. My mind was exploding. You ruined my life for ritual? Before he could answer, the workshop generator turned on by itself. Loud, violent, sparks flew. The apprentices ran out screaming, "Fire! Fire!" But there was no fire. Only smoke forming inside Chief's office. Dark smoke, thick. And inside that smoke, I saw a sheep. Tall, twisted, not clear, not human. He fell to his knees. "Please!" he screamed. "I kept my side." The sheep moved closer. The air became cold, ice cold. Then the voice came again, deep, unnatural. The 10th year is complete. Chief began crawling backward. It was the boy. Take him. He is the sacrifice. The shape stopped. Slowly, it turned towards me. My heart nearly stopped. It began moving, not walking, sliding towards me. I wanted to run, but my legs refused. The smoke wrapped around my feet, cold like death. I shouted, "I never agreed to anything." The voice replied, echoing inside my head, "Your loyalty was given. The contract was made." I screamed, "I never signed." Suddenly, Chief shouted, "He heard us that night. That breaks the seal." The shape froze. Silence. Then it turned back to Chief. "You betrayed the agreement." Chief's eyes widened. "No, I followed everything." "You exposed the truth." Chief began crying like a child. "I did it for success." The smoke rose higher. The apprentices were watching from outside, terrified. "Daniel!" Musa shouted, "Run!" But I couldn't move. The shape reached Chief. He tried to stand. Too late. The smoke covered him completely. He screamed, a scream I will never forget. It wasn't just pain, it was terror. Then suddenly, silence. The smoke disappeared. Chief was gone. Not burned, not injured, gone. Only his gold chain remained on the floor. The generator shut off. Everything became quiet. The apprentices stared at me. Nobody spoke. Musa whispered, "Where is Oga?" I couldn't answer because I already knew.
Karma had taken its first payment, but something inside me told me it wasn't finished. That night, as I returned to my room, my phone rang. Unknown number. I hesitated, then answered. A familiar voice spoke. Calm, cold, the old man. "The balance is not complete," he said. My blood ran cold. "What balance? You benefited from the protection too. 10 years under a shield. I didn't ask for it, but you lived under it." My legs became weak. "What do you want?" He chuckled softly. "Come and see me, or it will keep visiting." The line dead. I stood alone under the streetlight, heart pounding. Chief was gone. The thing was real, and now it was calling me. I didn't sleep that night. Every small sound made me jump. Every shadow looked alive. The old man's voice kept replaying in my head. "The balance is not complete." What balance? I didn't make any deal. I didn't ask for protection. I only worked. I only trusted. Is loyalty now a crime? The next morning, I called Musa. "Did you hear anything about Chief?" Musa's voice was low. "Police came. And? They said maybe he ran away." I laughed. A dry, broken laugh. "Run to where?" "Daniel, people are saying strange things." "What things?" "They are saying since yesterday, any car that enters that workshop stops working, even new cars." I swallowed. "The workshop is cursed." Silence. Then Musa whispered, "And they are saying you are the cause." Of course. When something evil happens, people look for someone to blame, and I was the easy target. By afternoon, 2 policemen came to my house. "Daniel." "Yes, sir." "You worked for Chief Martins?" "Yes." "He is missing." "I know." They studied my face. "Where were you last night?" "In my house." "You sure?" "Yes." One officer leaned closer. "People say you had a fight with him." I looked straight into his eyes. He accused me falsely, that's all. They stared at me for a long time. Then one said, "If we find anything, we will come back." As they left, I noticed something. Black oil footprints right behind them, but they didn't notice. Only me. The thing was still around, watching. That evening, I made a decision. I couldn't keep running. I had to meet the old man. The number he called me with was still in my phone. I called back. It rang once. He answered. "You are coming," he said, not a question. "Where?" He gave me an address on the outskirts of Abuja, an old abandoned building near the bush. "Come before sunset," he said, "and if I don't, then it will come to collect at midnight." The line cut. By 6 p.m., I was standing in front of the building. It looked dead. Broken windows, faded walls, silence. I almost turned back. Then I heard his voice from inside. "Enter!" The door creaked open slowly. The air was heavy, smelled like dust and something rotten. The old man sat on a wooden chair in the middle of the empty hall. Same man I saw that night. Gray beard, long black cloth, eyes too sharp for his age. "You are brave," he said. "I don't feel brave." He smiled slightly.
"You feel haunted." I didn't reply. "Sit," he said. I remained standing. "Tell me the truth," I demanded. "What was the ritual?" He nodded slowly. "Your boss wanted success, fast success, protection from enemies, protection from failure. And he was told the price." My throat tightened. "A loyal soul. 10 years of service. After 10 years, that soul must be returned." "Returned how?" I whispered. He looked at me carefully. "Given." My stomach turned. "You mean killed?" He didn't answer directly. The spirit that protected him feeds on loyalty. It grows stronger with devotion. I felt sick. "So I was just food?" "You were a shield, and then you would have been an offering." My body trembled. "But I heard you that night." "Yes," he said calmly, "and that broke the full seal. The spirit cannot take what knows the truth." I felt a small relief. "So I'm safe?" He looked at me with pity. "No." My heart dropped. "You lived under its protection for 10 years. You benefited, you gained skill, you gained reputation, you survived many accidents that could have killed you. Images flashed in my mind. That time a carjack slipped, but didn't crush me. That day a fuel tank almost exploded, but didn't. Coincidence? Or protection? You owe balance, he finished. I owe nothing. He stood up slowly. The spirit does not think like you. Suddenly the temperature dropped. The windows began shaking. I felt it, that presence, behind me. I turned slowly. The dark shape was forming again, smoke gathering, tall, watching. The old man stepped aside calmly. It is here. I backed away. I didn't agree to any of this. The voice echoed again. You lived under the shield. I didn't know. Benefit creates debt. My heart was racing. What do you want from me? The smoke moved closer. Balance. I shouted. Take the one who made the deal. The voice responded coldly. He has been taken. My mind went blank. So what now? The old man spoke quietly. There is one way. The smoke paused. I turned to him. What way? He looked straight into my eyes. You must willingly reject the loyalty that bound you. I already left the workshop. Not physically, he said, spiritually. I didn't understand. He continued, you must forgive him. I stared at him like he was mad. Forgive him? After he tried to sacrifice me? Yes, that makes no sense. Loyalty is a spiritual rope, the old man said. Anger tightens it. Forgiveness cuts it. The smoke began circling me, cold, wrapping around my chest. You must choose now, the old man warned. I fell to my knees. Chief's face flashed in my mind. The betrayal, the humiliation, the whisper in my ear. You heard that night, didn't you? My fists clenched. How can I forgive that? The smoke tightened. I felt like I couldn't breathe. Choose, the voice echoed. Tears ran down my face. The pressure increased. My chest burned. I forgive him. The words came out broken. Nothing happened. The smoke tightened more. The old man shouted, "Mean it!" I screamed, "I forgive him. I release him. I don't want revenge." Suddenly, the smoke froze. Everything went silent. The cold disappeared. The dark shape began fading slowly. The voice echoed one last time. Balance adjusted. Then it vanished. The hall became normal again. I collapsed on the floor, breathing heavily. The old man sat down quietly. "It is done," he said. I looked at him. "So I'm free?" He nodded slowly. "For now." My heart stopped again. "What do you mean by for now?" He leaned closer. "Forgiveness breaks the rope, but karma..." He smiled slightly. "Karma is not finished knocking." The lights in the building flickered, and somewhere outside, I heard footsteps, heavy, slow, coming toward the door.
The room began shaking. The walls cracking slightly. The old man raised his voice. "The contract must close." Chief screamed, "No!" The dark smoke began forming around him. But this time, it wasn't moving toward me. It wrapped around Chief slowly. He cried loudly, "Daniel, don't let it take me!" My heart was pounding. I had forgiven him already. What more could I do? The old man looked at me carefully. "You have one last choice."
You have
I
one
swallowed.
last choice.
What choice? Interfere
Step back
and
let
share
karma
his
do its
fate.
work.
My breath caught. Or step back and let karma complete its work. Chief's eyes locked with mine, begging, crying. The man who once stood like a king was now on the floor, shaking. I remember the humiliation, the false accusation, the whisper in my ear. "Go before I finish you completely." I closed my eyes. Tears ran down my face.
Forgive you.
"I forgive you," I said again
cannot
softly,
save you.
"but I cannot save you." The smoke tightened. Chief screamed.
you.
Not long, not dramatic,
cannot save
just one loud cry, then silence. When I opened my eyes, he was gone. Not even oil remained. Nothing. The room stopped shaking. The air became normal. The old man sighed. "It is finished." I stood there for a long time, empty, confused, free. "Why did he come back?" I asked quietly. The old man looked at me.
Why did he come back?
"Because forgiveness removed you from the debt. The remaining balance returned to the source." The source, the one who made the choice. Chief. Karma did not shout. It did not rush. It waited. 10 years. Then it knocked. Days passed. The police closed the case. They said Chief probably ran away with hidden money. The workshop was sealed. Customers stopped coming. The apprentices scattered. Musa later told me something strange. Since Oga disappeared, cars don't fail again near that place.
I nodded quietly. Balance. Months later, something unexpected happened. One of Chief's biggest customers called me. I heard you were the real brain in that workshop. I kept quiet. I'm opening a new auto service center. I need someone honest. Honest. That word felt heavy. I don't have capital. I said, you have skill. That was how I started again. Slow, clean, no shortcuts, no rituals, no shadows. Just walk, real walk. Sometimes at night, I still remember that knock. Slow, heavy. But now I understand something. Karma is not always fast. It doesn't always shout. Sometimes it watches quietly. It lets you build. It lets you think you have escaped. Then one day, it knocks. And when it knocks, it collects. Today, when young apprentices come to me, I tell them something simple. Learn with your hands, not with your fear. One of them once asked me, Oga Daniel, do you believe in karma? I smiled slowly. Yes. He laughed, like spiritual something. I looked at him carefully. Karma is simple. What is it? What you build with darkness will collapse in darkness. He nodded, not fully understanding. I hope he never understands the hard way. I lost 10 years, but I gained something bigger. Freedom, peace, and the knowledge that no shortcut is worth your soul. Because I have seen it, I have heard it, I have watched it take what it was owed. After 10 years of loyalty, his boss betrayed him. Then, karma came knocking, and this time, it finished the job.